Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about relationships with Filipinas and whether you should support them in their family or not. Stay tuned. All right, so the video and the topic of supporting a Filipina in her family or not has been brought up and discussed by a lot of different vloggers, and I think even I've discussed it in a previous vlog long ago. But it is something I wanted to talk about, and we're all going to have our own opinions on this, and by no means is my opinion the right one. I just want to get a lot of your opinions as well. So please, throughout the video, if you hear something you agree with or disagree with, go ahead and comment down below. So first, it really falls into a couple of different positions on this. One, you got a Filipina that you're supporting, and then two, the whole other thing is supporting her family and whether you should be doing that or not. Now, there's a lot of different variables on whether this should happen or not. I guess the first thing would be to start off, if you've never met the Filipina and you're chatting online, if you ask me, should you be supporting her? My short answer would be no. If you've never met her, absolutely not. In fact, the only thing I always tell people is maybe you should send load. Maybe, if there's a girl that you've been chatting with and you're interested and you want to be able to do video calls and maybe she doesn't have the money for that, then maybe sending her some load, like 300 pesos, which is like six bucks, to her phone for 30 days is worth it, because you're trying to build a relationship and you want to build a video chat so you know she's real and she knows you're real and all of that. But guys who are just sending a bunch of money, I don't really agree with that. Now, if you've already met and you want to send money, that's a different story. In fact, and if you do that, I recommend Remitly. And you do get $15 off your first time if you use that. That's down in the description. But back on topic. So should you give her money or not? Okay, so if you've met a Filipina, I guess the first thing you need to really figure out is maybe the average salary of a Filipino here in the Philippines. Now, average typically is around 10 to 15,000. Now, some people will have different numbers, but based on my time here, talking to people that work here, the most normal jobs, the most everyday jobs, that is typically their salary. And so that's anywhere from 200 to 300 US dollars a month. Now, it may not seem like a lot, especially if you're back in the West and you're thinking in terms of dollars, then yeah, it seems extremely low. But here, that is an average salary. For mall workers and even some call centers. So the call centers, they tend to make a little bit more. And now, of course, with the whole pandemic, I think the unemployment rate is around 48% or so. So it's even more difficult than ever before. So back to my position on should you support a Filipino or not? Well, there's a few things. Like, for example, often when you'll meet a Filipina, they're working full-time, and a lot of these full-time jobs are like 10, 12-hour shifts. They're working 6 days a week, and a lot of guys come out here and they want to spend all their time with their girl. They meet a great girl and they're living out here, but they don't want her working so much. So if you're asking her to sacrifice her job, that maybe she would normally take part of that income and send it to her family, then I think that some money should be compensated there. So she, before she was using that money probably to send off a portion to her family. So maybe some agreement that, hey, this is how much you're sending. I'll send this much, 5,000 pesos a month or whatever. So come to some kind of an agreement is what I think is a fair deal to do. And, maybe giving her some spending money, because again, if she was working full time, she had a little money for spending for herself and she's sending some money back home. Yeah, you're maybe supporting her by giving her rent and electric and she's got Netflix and all of that, and you're taking care of her, on trips and things like that. But still, a little money for spending, because I don't think a lot of Filipinos feel really comfortable about asking for things or asking for money. If they are asking for a lot of that stuff, then you have to wonder, is this the right girl or not? But so that's one scenario if you've asked her to leave her job. Another scenario is if she is working, um, maybe come to some agreement where she doesn't have to send a big chunk of her money back home to her family. Maybe you allow her to keep that, and maybe you're the one who sends a couple thousand pesos to her family, or 3,000. Come to some agreement and make it ironclad, and also make it appear like maybe she is the one who's actually sending the money to the family. If the family knows you are the one sending the money, then you might get hit up a lot more often, and you might get some messages on Facebook or whatever saying, "Hey, we're broke. We need a little bit more money." Often, if they know that their daughter is dating a foreign guy, then they will try to finagle some more money. Now, not all of them. There's plenty of great Filipinos who will never ask for a dime, never, and their family won't. Their family's working, and there are plenty of good girls. So don't fall into this stereotyping of thinking that every Filipino is going to ask for money, and every family is going to ask for money as well, because that is not the case. I've run across that more than once, that's for sure. So comes down to a question of how much is too much. I have known guys who've just let their girls just buy whatever they want on Shopee or Lazada, which is the equivalent of like Amazon in the West, and then just order whatever they want, and they become just like the bank of whatever, and they're just free to order. And then they start going out, get their nails and everything done weekly, and they go get outfits whenever they want. And you really can create a monster. No different than in the West. If you give them that much freedom of like, hey, here's my card, go shop. That's kind of the equivalent in the West. You give them your credit card and say, hey, go shopping, buy an outfit. Well, they don't have a limit then. They're just buying whatever. Well, here, if you don't set some boundaries, then that can easily happen too. So again, for a lot of people, they don't want to date girls who aren't working. And then you got the flip side. You got guys who want their girls to have be with them full time, and so they want them to quit. And then therefore, personally, I think that you should be giving them some money, because you're the one asking them to sacrifice their job, and like I said, they were probably sending their family some money. So, what is a good amount to give for a weekly allowance? Or if you're paying all the bills, what's a good amount? I don't know. I guess everybody's going to be different on that. I had my own amounts that I would give, and everybody out there probably has their own amounts that they would give. So I would actually like to hear comments down below. Or again, if you don't think she should get anything, if you think just supporting her and giving her a house, a roof over her head, and Netflix and aircon, and taking care of her needs, if you think that's enough, then yeah, let me know in the comments. Again, I do feel pretty strongly about not sending money unless you've already met in person. Maybe extenuating circumstances with this whole pandemic thing. 48% unemployment. I know there's a lot of people struggling. I know friends have told me, like on dating sites, some of them are just profile. It just says, I need somebody to support me. I'm struggling through these hard times. I probably tend to think that the ones that post something like that are probably being truthful. It's the ones who are trying to finagle money out of you and maybe swindle some money. Those are the ones that might not be truthful. But again, let's have that discussion down below. There is no right or wrong. A lot of people are going to say, like I said, they're going to say, no, I would not send money, period. I would not give her money, period. And if she asks, it's over. Some people are extremely strict on that. I tend to be somewhere in the middle. I don't tend on giving them too much freedom, like just, hey, yeah, shop whatever you want, buy clothes, go do your nails whenever. No, I don't really fall on that side either. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. So again, let me know, comments. Again, if you guys do have a girlfriend over here and you guys need to send her money, Remitly, I have found, is one of the best ways. And if you're first time signing up with Remitly, you get $15 off on your first transfer. So check it out. See you guys next time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. See you later.